Hey, cycle breakers and barrier breakers alike. Welcome to the Fuck That Bullshit podcast, where we advocate, educate, motivate, and create a safe space for you to embrace the mental wealth of marginalized and disenfranchised communities. We are serving no bullshit knowledge, tools, strategies, and insights. And yes, we will be entertaining. Our goal each episode is for you to leave feeling empowered, ready to take action and make meaningful choices that pave the way to your abundant mental wealth. So enjoy, like, subscribe, share, and discuss. Make sure you save it too, just in case you want to look back at it and get some more tips and things. The PTBS podcast is for education, empowerment, and inspiration. It is not a substitute for therapy or professional mental health care. If you're in need of additional support, please reach out to a licensed mental health provider. Warning: the Fuck That Bullshit podcast is intended for mature audiences only. This podcast contains raw, unfiltered conversations about mental health, social issues, and breaking generational cycles. We keep it real, unapologetic, and explicit because healing and empowerment require honesty. We're going to have strong language and adult themes, unfiltered discussions on race, identity, and mental wealth, challenging bullshit narratives without censorship. So if you're easily offended, this might not be for you, and it's definitely not for kids. But if you're ready for bold, barrier-breaking conversations that empower, educate, and entertain, tap in and let's fuck that bullshit together. Let's go. Hello.
Yeah. Hey.
What's happening, America?
What's happening? And welcome to the Fuck That Bullshit podcast, where we like to tell the truth and give it to you real and talk about all the racist shit that's going on in America and beyond.
It's so much.
It's so much.
Yeah.
You know,
The whole
what it
truth
all
and nothing
ties
but the
back.
truth.
It all ties back to mental health and your mental wealth, because that's what's important. How y'all fellas doing this week?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain.
Yeah, I'm alive.
Good.
Praise them.
It's the usual over here.
You know what I'm saying? You know, wow. I told some of y'all already, you know, to let Craig go. Everybody don't know who Craig is. That's my
Yeah, Craig.
Yeah, Craig.
Craig.
So hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Yeah, it hurt for real though. It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt for real. And I recognize that call was a big part of the era that I have come into now, and it's a transition and all that good stuff. And you know, but it did cause systemic pissed offness because I had to go to the car dealership with less than a perfect credit score, and they give you a hard time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They smell you coming too.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm proud of myself and my growth, because I went there and I said, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I got. Otherwise, I'm going to roll up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know, they didn't have what we walked in there for. They offered us something new, and I'm like, okay, I'm willing to go up a little bit, but this is what I got. This is what I'm bringing in, and either you do that or I'm walking away. And y'all had to walk away.
Yeah, don't be scared to walk away from the deal.
And I was like, y'all bullshitting. Where's Craig keys? Give me Craig's keys. I will leave in Craig. Craig is fine right now. He'll get me from here where I gotta go. I'll find somebody that's gonna sell me a vehicle for what I asked for. And they let me walk out the door. But 10 minutes later, on down the street, let me tell you, they said, we got the deal done. I'm sure you did, sir. I'm sure you did. And did you get it done for the deal that we already talked about for the car?
Right, because that would be the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm willing to do, you know. Yeah, we got everything done. Okay, now you have to wait for me because I got stuff to do right now because you done wasted a whole day of business for me. And I'm going to take care of some stuff and I'll be back this evening. Yeah. They're still trying to bullshit me a little bit. Like at the end, when they had you signing all the extra stuff, trying to get the extra stuff in. And we had already negotiated to our top bar. And he says, well, you can do that, and you can do that. I was like, so the cost down here at the bottom is the total if I add all this stuff on there? And I went, push the shit back. And I was like, I'm out here, y'all shit. Right man was like, okay, all right. But it's all optional. You don't have to take nothing. I said, because this is bullshit. So maintenance don't already come on a brand new car? Well, you get 4 oil changes. Well, good. Stop trying to sell me extra shit to waste my time anyway.
Right.
I need gap insurance because I had to use gap insurance before.
That
really
gap is good.
Yeah.
It costs this much though. And I looked on my phone, checked it if my company had it. Fuck it, I just added to my regular policy. Take that shit out of here and all that. And all I heard was click, 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 click. And he turned around and he said, "Don't get mad at me, but I got you the gap insurance for the employee discount. It's like $13 more." I said, "Put it on there. That's what I need."
Right.
I stood up signing paperwork because I was still being intimidating and all that. And my daughter was like, he is really scared because he has nervous laughter right now. So it's cool. We got everything we wanted now. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna chill out, change my energy, laugh with him a little bit so he can stop being scared. But we walked out with a brand new vehicle. And imposter syndrome is crazy because I'm like, I deserve a new vehicle. I had to talk myself into it.
Right.
And Craig at the same time. It was a rough emotion.
Yeah. And it's the customer used to be important. Now the customer is treated like we doing you a favor by making money off you. And I don't even know why the dealer be so overly invested. It's not like the car is paid for them once you buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Once you buy it, they hold immediately. I know. I was taking Tariq to get a new car, and I had already discussed it, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't want to go over 400." So we sat down with the dude. Dude started running all these prices, and he was like, "I can get him in that car for
$600." Yep.
And I said,
"You say 4, they think."
Look, I was just like, I said, "Well, you know what?" I said, "Look, bro, I don't complain about other people's prices, but I don't pay them." I said, "You have a good day, man."
Exactly.
When he come back, they got that car. He didn't want to pay over 4. They got him at 402.
Yep.
And he took that deal. I was like,
I'm starting there picking him like that. I go up to 6. You know what? I'm working my numerology. 8 is an abundant number. 6 and 11. 6 and 11. I go up to 6 and 11.
Right.
He said that's highly specific. Just do it, baby. Just do it.
Yep. I can't take Melissa no more. We went. The dude said the price on one of the cars, it was like 800 something. She just bust out laughing and got up out of her chair. I was like, damn.
What she did and what I did.
Damn, I said you ain't had to do it, man. And it was a little African dude too. I was like, man, you ain't had to do Kota Kente like that. He don't have no power. He just saying what they say, you know.
Let me tell you something. That's the only reason I went back to that dealership. Because the gentleman did his job, and I hated watching him sambo for it. So I was like, I came back here to give you your money because I could have very well the way they had you to even disrespect me in this process. And I told him that too. I was like, when you brought me out there to look at another car, and I'm in the middle of a deal with one, that's disrespectful. And I know you were just doing your job, but I had already showed you who I was. So what you need to do at that point is bring me outside and be like, look, they want me to show you another car, but I'm not going to disrespect you like that. Appreciate it. Yeah. Then I might have gave y'all more time to work your deal, but I think I needed to walk away to show everybody, you know. And and I encourage everybody, be willing to fucking walk away.
Yeah. For real. It's because you spending your money, you know.
Because I recognize, okay, I know I'm gonna have to pay a little bit more. We walked in there looking at something that cost 15, and this car you trying to sell me is double that. So I know I got to go up a little bit. I know I might have to come off a little bit of deposit, but there's a max on that. There's a max. I already decided
And I said, babe, I'm trying to keep the car. You already gonna charge me 105% on interest. You know what I'm saying? So like
that shit should be illegal though.
That should really be illegal.
Yep, that and daily interest.
You're not gonna loan the money.
Yep. Yeah.
You're just not.
Exactly.
You know? And I say, since I'm gonna get that interest rate anywhere I go, I can go to CarMax or Drive Time or somewhere that don't require commission for their people. It's less bullshit.
Right. Yeah. That's why I get my cars from Carvana. Carvana. The only thing, it's a no haggle price. We got like 3 cars from there. No haggle price, and that's the only thing. Like the price is what it is because you ain't even talking to a person. You just doing everything online. You pick your car. They set you up with whatever the down payment, if there's a down payment, and it's almost like you pick a car, do the down payment thing, and somebody dropping that shit off.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
And that's how I got Craig and CarMax. I was like, yo, this is what I got. This is what I can get. I ain't specific about a car, but I like Chevys. He was like, all right. He came back with that, and I paid the lowest interest rate I ever paid in my life as well. So I was like, all right. And maybe that's why Craig was so lovely to me, because maybe
it was you know when it's easy, it's always good.
Thank you.
Good when it's easy.
So, farewell to Craig and all. While we having our farewell moments, I'm gonna say bye to Craig, but we also had a few other losses this week. Our Chuck Mangione.
Dang, my man.
Damn. Yeah, that one kind of hurt a little.
That one hurt. That one hurt. And then we also had the handsomest man.
That one hit.
This one got me. This one got me.
That one did hit.
Bruh. Because we grew up with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we watched him. We watched his transition, you know.
Yeah.
And as a woman who like black men, that's a fine man, Lord.
What you said? Oh, okay.
That's a fine black man. And he was intelligent and spitting knowledge and facts and truth and poetry and man.
And he played a nice bass guitar too.
See?
Yeah.
Yes,
See, all that talent all wrapped up in that nice present. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Man, well, you know, brother will be missed, you know, and it was tragic how it happened too, because it wasn't if he was in his 80s at least, you know,
he was young.
Kind of you're a little bit better with it, you know, like he lived a good life, boy. That boy was something else.
Yeah,
but he was 54, right?
Yeah. I love my age,
But when I got the details, it just shouldn't have been doing that. That's not for us to do. We ain't swimming in no rapids. It's called rapids. And it's called rapids for a fucking reason. You can't beat Mother Nature.
You know? White people a little too much with the rapids.
I ain't jumping out no plans. I ain't swimming in no rapids, and I don't need to cut a goddamn shore. Huh?
I'm trying to think. What's the one thing I would do? Skydiving might be it.
I think that would be. I wouldn't fool with no water. But I think I would. I just heard so many great stories about
I heard them too.
How
from the people who survived.
Exactly.
But how many people didn't? Like
none.
It's one of those things.
I don't know none that didn't survive, and I only
the number is small. The number is small.
Right.
Because I feel like they gotta jump through so many hoops and regulations for skydiving that you might be in it. Your odds might be better with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't need that to be a real man.
It's not about manhood, so it's not about manhood. But I've heard a lot of people talk about how it just eliminated their fear for anything after that. And I say,
right.
You jumping out of a plane. You got to release fear immediately. Either I'm gonna live or I'm gonna die.
Yep. Man, I got a friend of mine. She does it regularly. Like whenever she's stressed out, she just goes skydiving.
Well,
regularly is a little crazy.
Regularly, like what is regular? Once a month, like every 6 months, like
at least 2 times a month. And I mean
2 times a month.
Yep.
Damn.
I was expecting like twice a year.
Yeah, like
on a birthday.
You ain't got to jump that much in the military.
This month could probably be a damn Navy SEAL,
Airborne Ranger.
But she could go see a therapist. I promise it. Like God, that's a Ooh, she an adrenaline junkie. Like what?
Yeah, not even that. Just was going through a lot, but
She
I
just
don't
needed
need
to
that
knock
though.
that. That's
I
how
don't need
she
that.
knocked that shit out the window with that one.
Yeah. Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
But
but I'm hoping I will never have to do it again. Just once is enough for me. I just want to.
Yeah.
Man, I flew on a plane and I didn't enjoy that shit. And I was
How about
inside
that?
the
You're not skydiving. You won't even get on a plane.
Exactly. And I flew that one time.
Can't even get your ass on an airplane.
Now, I mean, I didn't got on the airplane. I didn't like it. And the flight was like, people talk about your ears might pop and all. None of that. Everything super smooth, super. I got off that plane and then I had to take 2 flights because I flew from New Orleans to Minneapolis, to where we used to go to for BT, the training in Omaha.
Okay.
And flew to Omaha, Nebraska. I was like, yep, never doing this shit again. Never doing that shit again.
So that was post Katrina then.
That was before Katrina. That was when I first started that book. Yeah, when I first started.
Okay.
When I went to training that second time, I told him from the get-go, I was like, yeah, I'm doing my own travel arrangements. Just like that. Amtrak all day, baby. I was chilling the motherfucker.
Yeah, we already know if we invite Brian, we gotta get him on. We gotta get him on.
You got to give me some
time.
time.
5-day notice.
Yep.
Yeah. You need some time.
That's the thing. That train take a minute, but I ain't in no hurry.
You get to go.
Now, the train is nice.
It is
because I took an Amtrak. It's just cool. You put your headphones in. You might turn on a movie.
Just right.
I get the sleeping car.
You get to do the same thing
you got
on
your
the
own
plane.
room. Yeah, you got
I don't hate planes. I like flying.
Yeah,
I hate going to the airport, but I like flying.
Oh yeah, I hate going to the airport.
The airport itself.
Yeah. And people like it is luxury. Actually, the train is closer to a luxury travel than a plane could ever be.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I flew, I was like, this some raggedy ass shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they try to pack everybody in. They don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Flying private.
Private probably is more luxury.
When I become a millionaire, I'm flying private. I'm telling you, I never.
I help people for a living. I don't make private money.
If I get money, I don't know if I can call for money for a private flight.
I know.
I ain't got to buy the plane. I just.
Yeah.
You just said just private. The flight itself.
Hell yeah.
First class.
Come on now.
First class is nice though.
I didn't flew Delta, every airline, even regular Spirit, Frontier. I didn't flew on all that. Trust me, private. When I see people on a private plane, I'll be like, yes, that's how I want to do it.
I don't need
you want the people to come up and pick you up on the tarmac. That's what you want.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, Fred, you got
that. Right there.
Do it.
You didn't even got to go through the line with everybody else.
He would have made me into a cloud. I ain't getting no plane no more. I don't need that. No, I don't even like birds. I don't trust birds.
Damn!
I don't. Birds don't have facial expressions.
Yeah. They also don't have pictures. So shit just on their ass at will.
You seen that whole? It was a joke that started a couple years ago. People started saying birds aren't real. They're cameras for the government.
Oh my God. I'm glad I missed that shit.
It said the same thing about pigeons. They say pigeons not real.
Yeah. Because somebody was like, when you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Yeah, you don't never see a baby pigeon. And
damn, I ain't never
the only reason I would suspect that one is true because did you see pigeons outside of the ghetto?
Canal Street. But you know what? No, I've never
New Orleans the ghetto.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
When I saw one on Lakefront on the white side.
Did you?
Yeah. Might have been a.
I caught them and they want to eat them. I don't know.
I ain't never seen a pigeon. You know, I live in a real nice neighborhood, and I have not seen one pigeon in this freaking neighborhood.
I only see pigeons in the hood. I promise you, I've been paying attention.
I ain't see that many pigeons in the night, boy. I saw them brown. I called them regular birds. The brown ones. Yeah, I was calling them regular birds, but
I ran over my first pigeon when I got my first car. I was living next door to my mama.
Hey, did you feel guilty though?
No.
I backed out the driveway and this bird. I didn't see it, and when I ran over it, I heard it go poof.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was like, I said, damn, I ran over. I was all fucked up like the whole drive
I
to
did
work.
that the first time I ran over a squirrel, and I ran over.
I did that when I ran over a duck.
Oh,
When I ran over a duck.
I'd have cried if I ran over a duck.
Damn, boy, that's like running over a person.
Yeah.
Because it's that one thing where it's so far in the road that you can't swerve any other way out of the.
Yeah. I did a turtle once, and I tried to balance my car over a turtle, and I made it, but I heard it click the top of the
top. Damn, I like turtles too, man. They
I be trying not to hit them. Yeah, I hit an armadillo once. I don't care about them much.
But yeah, I wouldn't give a shit about
it. I done ran over plenty of squirrels in my lifetime. Them little bastards, they deserve to die. Because
that's why I ain't care about that picture.
He made it across the street. He stopped. He looked at me, and then he ran back out in the street.
Yeah.
He was committing suicide. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't a black squirrel, huh?
No. It wasn't a black squirrel.
Black squirrel. Tired of this shit.
Sick of this. Yeah, I was
my nuts.
I was honking and all that picture. He didn't want to move. I was like, you got wings. There's no reason for you to be on the ground. Just stand up there stupid. So I just ran over him.
Damn. Well, out here, you run over a duck. You know, they got like duck protected areas.
Okay. Yeah.
You hit that duck, you going to jail. And you getting that serious ass fine, boy.
I was out in the middle of the country. I don't know. It was somebody's.
Yeah.
Damn.
Got a free for all in the country. All right, we're gonna get on topic now. That was a good first rant, though.
Somebody being admitted to some shit they
talking
don't want
about love. Fuck that real love is hard bullshit. We're exploring love in the Black community.
Hey,
I'll say I love y'all first before we start the show.
Oh, love you too.
Love y'all too.
Appreciate it. All right. So
disconnect.
I don't remember what started this subject up and all that, but there's lots of stuff to talk about. So let's start with, why don't we know what real love is? Because that's what I see all over the internet, in relationships and counseling, that people don't know what real love is.
Ashley, I think you should answer that. That's closer to your generation.
Because it's young folk, huh?
Yeah.
Because I could go on a long rant about why we, or a lot of the reasons we're at the point we are now. I think
you got 5 minutes.
Right. Y'all keep time,
yeah, I got you. But I think mainly it's if I had to guess, just shooting off the hip, probably real love being modeled correctly. I think a lot of people haven't seen that before yet, and I think that probably has a lot of it. So if you haven't seen the real deal, a lot of other things could sell itself as real love, and then you buy into those things.
That's good.
Damn. That was a good answer, brother. That's what I would have said, but I would have sounded like the old man on the porch.
You know what, friend?
You do kind of sound like the old man.
Yeah, I know.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, though. That just show you alive.
That's all.
You got wisdom.
Got wisdom.
I accepted the fact, and I give them the wisdom every time, even if they don't want it.
Well, that's the best time to
what other, Fred and Brian, what aspects do you think contribute to people not knowing what love is?
Just no model. No. I mean, it's more. I'm not even gonna say single mothers. It's more single mothers, single fathers than there were in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even the 80s.
Okay.
Like now it's like it's cool to be single. It's cool to be a single. Nobody strives nowadays to be like, I'm gonna get a husband or I'm gonna get a wife. We gonna raise a family. It's like it's a badge of honor now. And I hate to throw women in there, but they're the ones that's like.
Well, we're loud and vocal about it. Men are like that too, but we're just loud and vocal about it.
Just hey, it's I'm a single mother. I'm handling my business.
For me, going with. Oh damn! You saw that? Everybody disappeared and came back.
Oh, you froze for a second, but you back.
Froze for a second. It's your internet this week.
Okay. I froze.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna connect. what A said and what Fred said. Those two things, yes. Also with that, because it's all got to go together. Because all of
that's why I'm trying to get all the different aspects. Yeah.
And but I think that lack of examples. You know what I'm saying, that lack of interest in being in a couple, and I think it's like a lack of responsibility. You know what I mean? Like people don't want to be that love connected. I'm responsible for another person scenario.
That's good.
And I think today with the way social media kind of ping that, girl, it's all about you. A real man, bullshit. You know what I mean? So everybody's it's like everybody's out for self. You know what I'm saying? So much, and it's easier. It's easier if you only got to look out for you. And then but everybody want it. I can guarantee you that. But when they don't get it. Yep, but when they don't get it, they can just jump back to the internet and get another dose of, girl, it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? And then feel justified.
A reinforcer. That's a
exactly. Get justified in that loneliness,
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking, and all these come together with this too. So a lot of that also connected to generational trauma and survival mode, right? Because especially like you said, I want it, but because I don't know how to retrieve it, I don't have no examples on to retrieve it. I have no clue even what that looks like. Then that's going to affect my ability to even recognize it if it even came my way.
Right.
And I'm going to attract bullshit, right? Because I don't know what I want. They don't know what they want. We all broken. And then the natural inclination when you don't get what you want is you pretend you don't need it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't need no man. I don't need no woman. Or, I'm good by myself and all that. Not that you can't be good by yourself, but unhealthy. That's still unhealthy when you have an attitude of I don't need that because we here together, so we need people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Honey.
Yeah. I mean, if it's easy because if you can convince other people, then it's easier to convince yourself that you also don't need it as well.
Right. That's true. Yeah. So then, of course, always count the systems: slavery, colonization, like family disruption, and loss of tenderness. We watched The Brothers yesterday.
Okay. Good movie. Great movie.
Do you remember Bill Bellamy mama? Mama? She had trouble connecting to her boys because of what their daddy did. And there was zero affection. Right. So it definitely made me think about that because I don't know what love looked like from a kid's standpoint, especially if they have some mamas that overpour the love. Right. Then they got other mamas that are like, I'm just tough. Right. So I ain't got time for emotions and all that. So that son or that daughter still walk out into the world and don't know how to retrieve the thing that they need, but don't think they need or have pretended that they don't need.
Right. Sure enough.
So, and then going back to slavery, if our families are torn apart, I believe there are them times that we did know how to love, but we couldn't do nothing about it. You couldn't be with the one you love forever because they were being snatched away.
Right.
Yeah, no, most definitely, because you survive as a group, as a unit. Your family is stronger when you're a unit. That's why during slavery time they broke them up, split them up, sold them.
Part of the strategy, right?
Whatever, part of the strategy. I keep you weak. I keep you divided. I keep you weak. You don't have that strong family unit. That's why when you see a lot of white shows, like I'm gonna use Yellowstone. John Dutton's whole thing, if you watch all three of them, was family. He wanted that, even though his family was dysfunctional and crazy, they was all badass crazy. But that's what he wanted because he knew his family was stronger together than they were apart.
I can feel that. Even on the series Shameless.
Yeah, that's a good example too. Yep. Them mugs stuck together. Like crazy with their
beyond
kids. Listen to that show too, by the way, y'all.
As fuck.
Yep.
And they was badass crazy. All of them.
Because even the
I
junkie dad.
I was like, that's triggering. All that looked familiar. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But they tried their best to stick together no matter what. And their daddy was batshit crazy, but he was all about him and them kids and
and crack.
And crack and heroin, whatever you get his
he was a real junkie because that mug just took everything. He didn't give a shit what it was.
Damn. He into any kind of scheme, like you know. So
that was a good
gotta love y'all.
Right. And I mean, and as crazy as it sounds, that's that unconditional love. It's like we know what the crazy is, but we stick with it. But I've seen that a lot in the Black community. It's like, you know what I'm saying, we'll stick together. And I think once media changed from the media to social media, and I feel like that was the shift, because shows we grew up on was a family. Good Times was a family. Family Matters was a family. It says so in the goddamn name. Even Martin. Even Martin. The way Martin pined behind Gina, you know what I'm saying? We had those reinforcers of what family looks like, what love looks like, be it family love or relationship. That's why we was a part of the Cosby Crew. Right, exactly. And the freaking Cosby showed us not only a loving family, but a successful one.
That's what
you know what I'm saying?
Outside of the norm of what we've seen.
Right. And now we got, Big Booty Hoes Part 8 and Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to add on to that. All the shows that you mentioned, all of those things were very intentional. Like the Cosby Show. And because if we zoom out and look at any other shows where they was just putting whatever on, even in those time periods, we could probably find the same stuff that we see in the day. And I think it's that intentionality that we miss, because social media is feeding that same thing, like almost like reality TV shows, where it's just trying to feed that same quick hit and not more intentional with that, whatever they have going on.
I dig it.
What part do you think religion and patriarchy contribute?
I think a big part.
Religion,
and a lot of times it's like there's suffering in the love. You got to suffer.
Struggle love.
Struggle love. Yeah.
Wasn't that an R&B hit?
So and that's the thing. And I think it's funny because some of the struggle of stuff I think comes from the old school. Like, you gotta stick in there no matter what. But he beating my ass. But you love that man. You know.
I kind of see some of that.
And long suffering. And I think I think, like you said, with media, we're trying to some of the intent. I can't say all of the intent. So I can say, like, for instance, like my intent would be, stick with it. Unless you're not being fed, right? Unless you're not, you're not benefiting like a benefactor per se. You know what I mean? Like, say, but there's the reciprocation, and y'all can work stuff out, and you can see the person who they are, and they can see you for you. Like, all of these components that actually are love, where versus, I'm just sticking in here because this is all I think I can get.
Right.
I don't think I can get any better than this.
Because that is the other side of the coin, where you have, because it was that, especially back in the day, where it was a lot of families have that story where grandpa had two other families on the other side of the street, but grandma couldn't go anywhere, so she just had to stick it out.
Right.
And especially because back then she didn't have the means to go nowhere. You couldn't. The house didn't work the same as it did, and she couldn't have a bank account. So even if she wanted to go somewhere, she couldn't do nothing. And so in that situation, grandma probably rationalizes that she has to do this, and that's the thing that she's going to pass on to her kids. whenever it's time for them to start looking for a partner and focusing on, oh, it's gonna be hard, but you have to stick through that. And she's saying that because that's what she needed. That's what she needed to hear to get through whatever she needed.
Right.
Yeah.
But now we're in the workforce. We can own our own businesses and have our own accounts, and and then that shifts happen with Black folks, with systemic racism throughout time, and men can't be in your house if you want assistance. Black man, you can't get no job though, and creating that separation thing, right? I think that messed up the mindset too. Because do I need him? Because the government gonna take care of me as long as he ain't here.
Right.
It was a really good video on that, and it was bringing up exactly that systemically, it was in like the system's best interest to separate Black couples. They couldn't get a house in the same place. The GI Bill didn't work the same way. They were shorthanding them as much as possible, so women had to take up the cost or like the earnings part of the household and like that part of it as well. But then you also have people you have those same people still trying to adhere to like the traditional, like the man's the breadwinner and that type of stuff. And you have this disconnect, and people are trying to force together two ideas that were never meant to work together in the first place.
Right.
Because that's the whole thing. Like the white picket fence and the 2.5 kids, that was never with Black people in mind. That was always with white people.
Right.
And so trying to adhere to that same thing of like the man's the breadwinner, the woman's the caregiver, when we couldn't have the jobs that would put us in a position to do that anyway.
Right. To even accomplish that. Right.
And that's one thing you brought up, Brian, when we did the 50-50 show. It's like, like how are we supposed to do that when like this is not what we do?
Exactly.
We have to enter into partnerships and have a different attitude, like, because you don't know when somebody gonna get fired and not be able to get work again. You don't know if
or get hit with a damn tariff. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You don't.
We're not privy to the resources and all that kind of stuff. So not only do we have to sit together as individual families, but we had to stick close to our families, and because we had to, I had to go across the street, go get something for Mimi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To go see if we got some eggs. Because that's the only way we survive. You ain't got nobody to watch that baby. You got to go to work. You bring them babies over here. So we operate in a community because we had to do that in order to survive and even thrive, right?
Right.
And stuff like that. So, but there's no room for, we had to be unconditional, even if somebody's treating us like shit too, right? Because I depend on these people around me. And I think that's where some disconnect comes, where people are struggling. Like there's a lot of talk right now about people that go no contact, right? And I'm sick of people going no contact, blah, blah, blah. But like, you had to put up with mom because mama was doing these things for you, but we still did get fucked up when my mama was my first bully. You know what I'm saying? So now I can't pick the right person because my mom was my first bully and she was somebody's side chick all the time. I have zero examples of what real love looked like or feel like. What you about to say, Brian?
Well, for me, talking about community piece, when I first, was like, I'm gonna go out on my own and be a real man. You know what I'm saying? My first house was on Independence Street. Intentionally, purposefully. That was my plan. I plotted my 20-year-old with a baby on the way. Yes, y'all, I was pregnant once. And I was on the talk shows and everything. But I planted my ass dead center in the night war. Mimi was around the corner. Duck Mama was across the street. I was surrounded by my homies. Mama lived on Bartholomew then. Every last one of my homies' mothers, I called them mom. I had nothing but support. I was surrounded by support. So I understood like that power of, you know what I'm saying, of community. Now, back to the love piece though. I was 20. I put myself on the block that I hang out with my homies at, drink 40 ounces and smoke cigarettes. Listen to the NWA.
Right.
So I took my ass to work every day. I had the poor man's white picket fence with one kid scenario. Felt like a success because and I felt successful because it was something I wanted and I never had it before. Then I accomplished it, right? So I'm feeling good about it, but I think a lot of that cut off too for younger women, in our generation, younger women coming up, to adults and kind of have that click where they change. I don't need no man sounding like the internet. Is because a lot of and I think this is across the board, no matter what generation. You start off in those younger relationships, that young man don't know how to be a grown ass man. He knows how to be a young man. Because I did my thing for us the money, spent time with my family too, man. But when it was time to hit the block, which was literally me walking out of my door now, you know what I'm saying? I was hitting the block. You know what I'm saying? So I think that placates into it too, because I know as well on the internet as I see the younger generation doing that. I see older people talking that talk
doing
too.
the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? They talking that talk too, and I think every scenario was not that scenario. Like they grew up and had all these perfect balances, and then they had a relationship. The relationship went bad. Now they talking that shit. Now they went through all the same shit because for real, the shit don't change.
It don't.
You know what I'm saying? That shit don't change.
I can see that. All right. What about when we talked a little bit already about systems? Oppression, poverty, incarceration, instability. How does that play into us not viewing, not being able to see what love or understand what love is?
We working. That's what I'm saying. And work itself can fuck your household up. You ain't in the street doing wrong. You just at work, but you working like a damn dog. And if it's a two that dual, that couple working, because I remember at one time Melissa was working at night and I was working, my job 8 to 4:30. So literally she was coming home. I was getting up, getting ready to go out. Then when I came home, she was asleep because she had to get up and work overnight. You know what I'm saying? And that shit go to causing all kind of fucking problems. Like you got to be cool in order to carry that shit. You know what I'm saying? So then
to maintain a household and with our systems without and I think about that even when I was talking about Craig. I was like, oh yeah, I stayed in Craig, and that's the first time I ever seen 6 figures in a year, but I was never home.
Yep.
Exactly. Sundown 7 days a week, and when I got paid, I took my kids out for some shit. But it was me and Craig all the damn time. No wonder I love her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, like,
it's crazy because I did that.
I made because I did not see my children.
Yeah, I mean, I had 8 to 5. I got off of work, went to my part-time job from 6 to 12. So I was getting off of work. I was like, it take me like 25, 30 minutes to get. So I got home, changed clothes, and was right out the door. Hey kids, hey, I gotta go, and I'm gone. By the time when I'm going to work in the morning, they sleep or they going to school. When I get off, they at home.
Right.
And that put a strain on the
and
relationship.
Kids grow up not really knowing what love is, but they grow up knowing you got to work hard. You know, and they wind up doing the same thing. They work their ass off. You know what I'm saying? With or without a family. You know what I mean?
And I was going to connect it to y'all. It sounds like y'all talked about this before, but the 50-50 conversation, kind of to that same point. If you listen to enough people talk about the 50-50 relationships, it sounds like they talking about they running a business and not that they having a relationship between two human beings. And so I think to that same point, you get in that mindset of it's about not equity, but equality. We contributing the same stuff. I'm putting in the same amount that I expect to get out. It's a very robotic thing. And it's that. And most of the times, it's every time they talk about 50-50, they're only talking about bills. They're not talking about anything that happens outside of a relationship or the things that happen outside of bills that make up a relationship.
Exactly.
And so it's so money focused. So I think that's another part that wraps all of it together. And kind of to your same point, work. It keeps transforming it into work.
Yes.
Yeah. That 50-50 shit was pissing me off, boy. Oh man, I couldn't even comment on half that shit because it's like I wanted to cuss their asses clean out. I was like, y'all sound stupid as shit.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we brought up on the show was the idea that money is not relationship.
Right.
You know? That's
the way they peg it now, because a lot of people basing their relationships off of their favorite celebrity couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they broke asses ain't got that shit. Oh, CVS working ass.
Exactly. Now it's like a business arrangement now. When people used to get married, it was just two broke motherfuckers in love.
Thank you. When you tell me,
they're like, hey, you broke, I'm broke. Let's get married and try and build some shit
together.
And that's what they did.
Right?
But now, you know, hey, if you ain't got at least $100,000, we can't even talk about.
Yeah. So who the hell got fucking $100,000 in a goddamn Vegas?
So before we can
none of us will
date
be meeting
and
nobody
for real
and talk marriage, I gotta already have a certain net income before we can even talk. So that means the moment, like y'all said, the moment something happens, I lose my job, because you can lose your job for nothing. The motherfuckers can just come to work one day and be like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna let Brian go.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Brian, it was good working with you, brother.
Right.
Have a good one.
Everybody got that clause that you can be fired for any reason. Just I don't want to.
And now you done went from 100K to zero. So now at that point, it's like you ain't shit because you're not contributing nothing.
Right,
you know,
but that's because the relationship wasn't built off love. It
was
built off finances, and it's a business. You know what I mean? Because if your business ain't making money, the business closes down. So if you're not bringing in that same make believe ass amount of money, then our relationship closes down. You know what I'm saying? It's shitty out here in these streets, boy.
It is. So love is, what is love?
It make you do wrong and it make you do right. It make you come home early and goddamn it make you stay out all night long. You know? That what love is. Love is that. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But and look, no better description of what love is better than that, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's emotional. It's not financial. It's not what you bring to the table bullshit. It's not about your benefits, because all of that financial shit, you can do that damn shit for yourself by yourself.
You
don't need love for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need a motherfucker to like you. You just need somebody to be interested in your product, whatever your product is. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So that's all you need for that. And I think what's happening today is things are getting too fucking far away from that. And it's visual, because everything you see now is about money. America.
And that's what I say.
America shit getting on my nerves too. But that's a whole nother show though.
But America is about money, so you weren't wrong.
Right. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everything is getting too material. You know what I'm saying? Like from music, and these things are influences, because it influences you on, you know what I'm saying, on how I'm gonna be when I walk out the door in the next 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it's a motivator. I've seen movies that motivated me. I saw Fast and the Furious, start driving fast. Then I slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Saw a karate movie, was like, I could do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I was like that with Top Gun. But after I saw Top Gun the first time, I was like, fuck that. I'm going in the Navy. I'm gonna be a pilot.
Nope. So Top Gun did not motivate me to get on a fucking plane. We already had this discussion. You know
Nothing motivates us better than a plane.
it was a good movie. It was great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Then I
I'm gonna
found
be a
out
mechanic.
all the shit that pilots got to go through and learn before, like, you know what? Nah, fucking
Yeah.
it.
But things are
That's-
just it's too materialistic.
Yeah.
And not to say that it could have possibly been that way, you know, forever. But I think now it's overly advertised. You know what I mean? You hear about a movie star or singer. You'll hear more about their damn net worth than you'll hear about their next
Yeah.
project they got coming out. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, and that's I'm not in it to admire you for your riches. I like your acting. Do your fucking job and make another movie. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
that's why I support you, you know?
All right, I'm going to play a little clip about what this fella said that love is. If it'll click.
How does it feel to be loved by a black woman?
You know what I'm learning is that love is a combination of communication and growth. No, I'm serious.
I know.
No, I'm going to be honest. Since you're asking real questions, you're getting this real answer. So, you know what? Love, you know, there's a quote that says, if you think that you're perfect, there's only one thing that could cure you of this delusion. Get married. And I think that love is really discovering all the things that maybe your challenges that you face internally and then figuring out a way to overcome them together. I think love is a commitment to growth. It's not, oh, I met you today, you should be who you were when I met you. But we change every 5 years, every 5 to 10 years. And I think to love someone and to be loved by someone that you know is standing by your side is beautiful because they're with you through the evolution and through the art. And I think that's what it means. It means to evolve together.
What y'all think?
Yeah,
I think
that's
she
why
don't believe him. I don't think she in
I
it
don't think
like
she
he
believe
in
it.
it. I don't think she in it like he in it.
Did you
She
catch
got
that
a new
too?
brother there. She gonna
Watch
fuck
all
it
of
up. She, yes. What you bring it to the table? You know what I'm saying?
You know what else I saw in her language, baby? Because the question was, how does it feel to be loved by a black woman? And he was talking like deeper than that.
Yep.
She was looking for accolades.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, because my black woman. No, but he told you really what love is.
Yeah.
That was a better answer.
Yeah. Well,
that was a way better answer.
Elijah Muhammad said, be careful of them cameras. Them cameras will show your truth, boy.
Oh, Lord. Why does love why does love go well with evolution? Because he mentioned evolution and growing and growth and all that. What has your experience been, or you know, whatever you want to talk about with regard to that?
Well, as far as evolution and growth with being married,
yeah, with love, just love, not just marriage, just love.
I mean, my wife helped me point out, or no, not even so much as point out, but like he said, you think you perfect till somebody will remind you you're not.
You're not.
And she pointed out a lot of flaws that I had just in stuff that went on. So, and then this where the love part come at. I loved her enough to change that, which changed me, which actually made me a better person. Because you got to evolve from the person I was when I met her. I'm not even close to being that guy now.
Yeah.
Because you grow in a marriage. Because in order to be married 20-something, 30-something, 40-something years, you literally got to learn over time how to put up with all the shit about your spouse that you hate, not dislike. Hate. Because there is some stuff that my wife does that I hate.
Right.
But I learned that one, I hate it, but it ain't no deal breaker.
Right.
Right.
That's, you got to get to that point. You got to evolve past the stuff that you don't hate. You know that it's more stuff about her that I love than that get on my damn nerves.
Right.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
And I think it is like it is kind of that point where you have somebody that mirrors a lot of the things in you, even though they might not be the exact same as you. them being there reflects a lot of your personality and who you are as a person. And then through that, you see, like you said, you see who you are, and you're able to grow and evolve through that, and hopefully push you to becoming a better person.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. Well, I have always been a firm believer. I've said for many, many years that marriage itself is a 75-25% thing. 75% of the things you just love about that woman. 25% is stuff you willing to put up with. You know what I'm saying? And it's vice versa. You know what I'm saying? For that woman. But I think the growth piece, right? It is that. It is because when you love somebody like to that point, when they give you that feedback, you're gonna take it seriously.
Right.
And plus love, that love itself is a motivator. So if once that person points out that thing, and especially if it's put out there in a loving way, not in a you know wash your funky ass feet, dirty ass nigga.
The delivery matters.
You're not gonna feel that. But if it's like, babe, look, I got this, toe topic shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's rub it on your feet. It's different. You feel that care, you feel that love, and then it motivates you to let me make this change for myself. Because as a married man, I'm still trying to impress my wife. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm still trying to impress Melissa when I do things. When I cut the goddamn grass, I stand out there like
look at this.
Look at this.
Check out this grass.
Flying in the wind in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to impress. I tell her all the time, it's like, man, look, I'm still trying to impress you and shit, man. That's why, I make sure my skin moist. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's a motivator and it changes, but it takes you out of the you thing and into the we thing. You see what I'm saying? So yes, hell of a lot of perks there,
Okay, I dig it. We're gonna move to our next segment, which is limerence versus love. Are you in love or are you addicted to how it makes you feel?
That's good.
That's good, huh? I like that. I like that because a lot of people think fuzzy feelings is what love is, right? And so, and I've had the fuzzy feelings before and thought I was in love. Yes, I did, and all that. And your mom would be like, "That boy don't love you."
Right.
Girl. Y'all said that too. I just don't listen to my brothers. I still want to.
No, you still want to do.
Yeah.
We ain't mad at
He didn't love me at all. He didn't love me at all. Right. But it took that experience to know that what love wasn't before I understood what love was.
Right.
And had to go through a few of those to figure out it. And I feel like my marriage was a loving marriage, but didn't have the skills to build and grow and communicate and all that stuff, right? And you get stuck. And then I poured so much in, and he was just receiving that I just got exhausted with loving him.
Right.
It was just, I wasn't getting filled up. I was just emptying the cup, right? And all that. And much of that sort of thing comes from, unfortunately, from not getting the love you need from parents.
Right.
Because I think him, and I know a few other folks who do fall in love with the media image, right? And I want a family. I want kids, and I want a house, and I want a dog, all the things, you know. And then they don't know how to get it or maintain it. They don't know what the inside of that look like, because all they see is the 30 minutes of the Partridge Family or some shit.
Right.
He got a nice house. Right. Problems get solved in 23.5 minutes with commercials, and everything is gravy, but that's not what a household really looks like. That's not what love really looks like, and so the impression is that's gonna magically happen out of nowhere. It's just fuzzy feelings. It's just rainbows and shit.
Yeah. Like it's different between watching a clip and watching the whole fucking movie. So clip look. But I done seen some trailers was like, damn, that's gonna be a good movie. Watch that. Damn, that shit was trash. You know what I'm saying?
Everything that was good was in the clip in the trailer.
Yep. Exactly.
But I think it's a little bit worse now with social media, and I think it is this newfound obsession with the finished product. and
Yes,
not the
I
thing
agree.
the thing that gets you there. And because I know a lot of people try, because sometimes people, like disingenuous people, will try and say like, oh, you got to stick it out, you got to tough it out, and they trying to convince somebody to stay in a relationship that they don't need to stay in. But to bring that extreme over a little bit to the center, there is a part of not the entirety of a relationship is going to be pretty, and it's going to have some ugly points, but because all you're kind of being fed is the finished product, that's what people tend to expect the entirety of the thing is.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good too, man. Yeah, like the whole journey just gonna be like that.
It's gonna be magic, like soon, and that's why people will be like, people focus so much on, especially women, focus on the wedding and not the marriage, right? Because in a girl's head, the way we are conditioned with media, parents, all the things, all our surroundings, is your whole purpose in life is to grow up, get a man, get married, have some babies, make sure you're taken care of, and all that, right? And I found, talking to men, they looking for the same. I want marriage, I want a wife, I want kids, blah 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 blah, right? But there's nobody in between going, oh no, after you get married, then y'all really have to live together and learn who each other are. And he might leave his dirty drawers on the floor. You still gonna have to love him, so like it's not all done. It's like they think marriage, honeymoon, which is some destination wedding, and all that. Because again, that don't always happen either. Even weddings take lots of money. I cut all kinds of stuff out of my wedding. Just, you know what? Let me stop worrying about the fancy stuff and just get married, right? And all that. But nobody talks about the in-between stuff. And I listen to old people all the time that's like, baby, I ain't like him for 2 years. We barely slept in the same bed together. But I still love him and we made it through, and all that. And if you've been in any extended relationship, you definitely have times where you just like, I just don't like this person. Who are you anyway? But there's not enough, like I said, it's not a deal breaker. So it's not enough to make you be like, man, fuck this shit. I think people younger, because they're looking for this finished product, all the things in between, any of those things to get you thrown out the window.
Right.
Any of
right.
them.
Yeah. Right.
It don't have to be cheating. It don't have to be nothing major. It could just be.
Yeah. It could be you left your dirty drawers on the floor. That's a deal breaker. Because they bought into the fantasy. The finished product. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, I'm getting my house built. But you're just looking at the pictures of what it's gonna look like when it's done.
Right.
But there's a lot of fucking process to that shit. And it's a lot of fucking changes. And that's building anything, you know what I'm saying? Relationship to business to anything. So if you only focused on that finished product, you ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
And a lot of them don't want to know about the other stuff.
No.
They just they want the big gigantic fancy wedding with the $5,000 engagement. They want the glitz and the glamour and hope this shit don't go bad. Because trust me, if their mom and dad is still together, they didn't told them, they didn't seen it.
Right.
I live with Percy. We live with Percy and Shirley God for damn near 10 years. I've been watching that. I watched that my whole life. I knew it was days Shirley didn't like Percy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I knew it was days.
Time, and she was just like, I don't.
I didn't heard Percy say.
She still made his food every day though.
Every freaking day.
Did.
I didn't heard that man that sat in that den and said, "Man, I can hit your grandmother across the head with a 2x4." And I'm looking at him like, that nigga serious.
But he ain't never do it though.
Sure didn't. His ass ain't going nowhere. That Cadillac ain't need that driveway.
So she was paid.
Smack her on the ass and give her a kiss every day.
Right.
Like Brian said, the 75-25.
Right.
It was 75% of something that he loved about that woman. He been with her for over 50 years.
Right.
Yeah.
25%, he just like, that's sure.
Got to deal with it. That's it. And that's the whole thing. I mean, it is worth it because, like I've always said, like especially when I talk to like younger couples, I'm like, y'all seem to put more emphasis, y'all more dedicated to your job than you are to your significant other or your spouse. You know what I mean? You'll jump through hoops for that paycheck, but damn, you want to take a minute and hear that man out about what he's talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to hear all that shit because don't know real man. And I think that's one of the things like I can't stand to hear a man say how a woman should feel as a woman, not how a person should feel in the situation. But as they'll say, man, as a woman, she shouldn't. I'm like, damn, how much time you spent being a woman? You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no idea. You know what I mean? And when women say, a real man would do, you don't know what a real man would do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a goddamn human being at the same time. So you know what I'm saying? So take that piece. That's the thing we got in common. What would a human do? You know what I mean? So man. I mean, I think a lot of people they'll get into the fuzzy feelings. Cause I remember like in my younger years, and we talking about 90s, like I had that and I knew it because I admitted it. Like I was addicted to the fuzzy feeling, right? I would get into these relationships, go through the whole fuzzy feeling shit, and as soon as that shit start dying out, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think you could do better than me. You know what I mean? I'm out here hanging out with and I would make it on, I would put it on me, but it was because, I needed to re-up my fuzzy feeling vibe. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be with this person because shit, we regulars now. You know, like we regular folk now. You know what I mean? So I get it, but it's a shame, and I feel bad for anybody that think that the fuzzy feeling is the definition of love. That's that's just an adrenaline rush or something new. You know what I'm saying?
I'll admit, because I'll admit I have rose-colored contacts. I don't have rose-colored glasses. Contacts a little bit harder to take out.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah. I like that.
So it's something that I have had to clock because I've realized it too. And I think I could be quoting somebody else, but I think falling in love is a feeling, but maintaining love is an action.
I believe that.
And I'll be using that and saying that I've edited that quote. You gotta edit this part
I'm just turning these up. I'm just turning these up. But you do, especially if we don't have a model for it, you do kind of like feel that warm fuzzy feeling. It's like, oh yeah, this is the thing that people always talk about, right? Because people always talk about, oh, when I first saw her, when I first saw him, or like, oh, on our first date, all like warm fuzzy stuff.
Right.
They don't talk about year 4 when you got off work, you had to work overtime,
right?
And you got to come home, and the dishes ain't done,
right.
That stuff is, and that's you not cussing them out is the love part.
Right.
Yeah. So you kind of, you learn or you expect that like, oh, this warm fuzzy is the love part. And especially if you don't know it, oh, this is supposed to be maintained forever.
Right.
Because I think that's the part you try to find ways to keep the fuzzy, like, but you can't like that.
And I mean, and it comes and it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love is like black people. It's fluid. You know, it's fluid. You know what I mean? It's an up and down thing. And you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, I mean, recently, Melissa was saying, she kept looking at me. I was like, why you keep looking at me? She said, I love you today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and because we have so many years together, there's no insecurity there. And I'm like, I get it. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's when love becomes solid. When your insecurities go away, you trust that person, like you're vulnerable with them, you're safe with them. I think that's when real love kick in.
Yeah. And I think the vulnerability pieces, that's the very, very, very important part. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll also say my reasoning for mine was a little bit different. It was a little bit different than Brian's. My rose-colored glasses and my limerence would kick in. I was like, finally, somebody could take me out this hot mess. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. We can put this shit behind us. Cool.
Yeah.
But then the reverse side of that is, you end up settling with people that you probably wouldn't have matched with if you wasn't trying to hurry up and get out the game.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, one of my loves or whatever was me trying to get out of my mama's house.
You had an agenda.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it until going back. I realized I had the agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
Fred talk all the time about Fred, like, you will never live in town ever. I was like, yeah, I'm always out of town, right? But I realized I was trying not to be in my mama's house.
Right.
So when I ran off with the boy from college, I'm like, oh wait, you want to move to Houston? Hell yeah, Even when I went to Minnesota, I realized I was running. I had just got divorced. The ex-husband was getting on my nerves. Somebody wanted me to be their side boo. I'm like, I ain't down for that. And then New Orleans felt depressing. I was like, I gotta get up out of here. Minnesota sound nice. Let's go. All right.
No, it didn't. Your ass was just running.
I guess if you ain't never been there.
I ran all the way up there and found me a good man. So don't talk shit, Fred. Okay. Now I know love because I went to Minnesota. Okay. All right. That's all I got from up there, but that was enough. All right.
Okay, you found old boy. All right. Fair enough. You had to get with the crazy dude.
While we're talking
about
the
other dude. I get it. I get it. I did the same thing. I got with the crazy one to find the good one. Sometimes you got to do that.
You did.
That's part of what your boy was talking about, like growth in relationships, though. Because if we hadn't had those relationships, and I think again we're sold the dream of your teenage love is going to be your love for the rest of your life, and that's just the starter point. That's just you getting to know who you are because they're challenging you in some things. They don't even know they're challenging you, right?
Right.
So like every time you get into something, if you should grow from each relationship that's seasonal until you get to the one, and we don't know how long it's going to take.
I mean, there's an old saying: everyone, for men and for women, but every man's first, that love, that's the one. And you keep finding the one until you get to the last one.
There you go.
That's the one. You know what I mean?
And that's the mentality that has to change, right?
Yeah.
That we're not gonna run out. You don't run out as a teenager, no less, and be like, "This is my forever." Sometimes that happens for people, but that's not.
I got a lot of Facebook friends. I'm like, damn, they still together. But when you hear their story, it was a lot of back and forth, though. You know what I mean? And they just found each other in the end.
Yeah. And I'm finding myself telling people even in therapy, like to choose you, because the other epidemic that we have happening is everybody trying to be chosen, and rather than just growing and being yourself and attracting who you're supposed to attract because of who you are, it's like, please choose me, and then so they're chasing after people they shouldn't be chasing after.
Right. Yep.
Unhealthy stuff.
Right, and it shouldn't be a chase. It should be a meetup. We should be meeting. Let's meet up over here. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
All right, let's do a what does love demand?
If you love somebody, you go change. I don't care what it is. Love demands change. You were not able to love properly if you don't change. And a lot of people be like, the man's supposed to change for the woman. No. If you love that person, both parties change. Love is not about giving you money, flowers, chocolates. It's not paying for a trip that you go take that's gonna last for 5 days and now you back at the house arguing. That is not love. You know what I'm saying? And I think this generation, they don't understand what love really is. Me personally, I've learned what love truly is. And if I love a person, I'm gonna change for that person. Whether it's me stop being selfish towards her, whether it's me not seeking attention from other people or validation from the world, and focus on the person that I love, it's gonna require sacrifice, change. I cannot stay mad at you because I love you. Not saying that everything gonna be perfect, because it's not. But because I love you, I'm gonna have patience. Because I love you, I'm gonna have long suffering. the things that you try, because I see that you love me and because you changing your actions towards me and what I said hurt me, you changing your actions, I'm going to stick with you. And I'm not saying stick with somebody because you love them and they continue to do wrong. If a person continues to do you dirty over and over, even when you have said that this is not right and it hurts me and they continue to do it, that's not love. Love is not going to continue to hurt you, baby. Love ain't going to continue to lie to you or seek attention or validation from her friends or from his friends or from Facebook. That ain't love. And anybody can give you money. Anybody can take you on a trip. That's attributes of love. Anybody can show that type of love. But real love gonna require sacrifice. And when you understand that, you gonna love different.
Usually I don't play nothing that long, but I couldn't figure out what section was best because it was all good.
It was all good. I listened to that video 5 times before I sent it to you.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't try to do them no more than a minute long, but like, brother, you speaking some stuff, but what you thinking, Brian? I see your wheels.
I don't know. I just be confused when people talk about giving you money and taking trips. I ain't had no money to be taking no random ass trips.
But they do have people out here that do that, and they
I see them. I work with a couple of them. I always be like, where y'all get money? Y'all selling drugs on the side and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
it's easier to take a trip nowadays, even if you on a budget, because you can, like Klarna or something.
Well, yeah.
I got a trip later this year. I got on Klarna right now.
There you go.
I like I like what he was saying, and I like how I like the detail in what he was saying.
Yeah.
Like that dude, he went beyond the background music with his shit, and I was like, this dude about to say a bunch of shit, you know. but I like the way he broke down, you know what I'm saying, what it is, because love, right? It is. It's not nothing that's gonna just and it's not, and like I say, it's not that shit not gonna happen, but shit just always happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what it always is.
I think that's teaching the people that, like, oh, I'm just standing here because blah 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 blah. And I'm like, but is that continue? Did you talk about it? Did you come up with an agreement on how to fix it? Okay, are we implementing that? Because if that part ain't happening, and you mention, okay, I don't like that you do this thing, and then you're not willing to adjust that thing because you care about that person and all that, then we talking like abusive situations, right? You know, people talk to me like that, but you keep talking to me like that. Even after getting processed that you to figure out you talk to me like that because your mama talked to you like that, go to therapy, fix that shit, because stop talking to me like that. Right? You know,
right.
Because there has to be some level of, because again, we're not going to like everything about each other, but if your behavior is really harming me, then I got to say something. And if you love me after I say something, you're not going to want to harm me.
Right. And it shouldn't be a thought process to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and that go back to what I was saying earlier when I was like, you know, people will be more devoted to their job than they are to their significant other, because like I've seen scenarios where somebody say, oh, you know, when you do that, it hurts me. Well, I'm gonna try not to do that no more. But if your job say, well, you got here at 8:05, supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, gonna bust your ass to get there at 7:59 immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a thought process. So yep, exactly. Back to the money shit. Remember that a long time ago I said, man, it's always about the money.
The money.
But I'm telling you, I think that was one of my favorite parts in what he said. You know, just when he said love is not going to continue to hurt you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it 100% takes sacrifice. Yeah. It kind of reminds me what the old preachers be saying in the preacher church. They be like, you know, you come to the Lord. Right. You come to the Lord as you are. And the longer you stay in that, the more you will change. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
And it's true in relationships, because you're gonna change. Because if you don't change, either y'all agree with each other's personality and it's just day one perfect, highly unlikely, but it's just day one perfect. Or you will change, you know.
Right. What about it? Let's pretend it is day one perfect though. Won't that get boring after a while if we don't start growing? Because it'll be the exact same relationship if nobody grows anyway. And usually you can't grow without a challenge.
Right. So, but you know, I think that happens when people get focused on right now. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
They get mad focused on maintaining right now.
Right now. Okay.
And you know, too scared to go forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just because if it's safe right there, they just stay there. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
They just stay there. It's like, oh, I don't want to invest more in case something go wrong. You know what I'm saying? And what inevitably happens is you just naturally are going to invest less because there's no forward movement, so there's nothing to lose. So if we always here, then we always had this, and it gets boring. So I'm gonna invest less. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna invest less.
Remember, Neil, it's like what I said last week about your primal brain keeping you in the cave.
Right.
Stay safe. Same thing with a relationship.
Yeah.
If we're cool here,
why would I do anything to mess it up?
Why would I do anything to mess? I don't want to mess it up.
Yes.
So we gonna stay right here where we good.
Right.
And that you're gonna get boring as hell.
Get boring as hell. And that's when people get to seeking out other dopamine. You know, in the form of whatever you need to seek it in. You know. I can feel that.
The video was real good. It did halfway through. It caught me that like from here down was black, and it was messing with me because I couldn't not see it anymore. It just looked like from here down the video was cut off for some reason, and you couldn't see anything below his chin. But I think that video is real good, and it's something that I've heard people talk about. And because yes, you're going to change, and you need to change in your relationship because we've already said it. You're not going to be the same person from day one to the end of the to the end of the marriage or whatever it is, whatever the goal is. And the thing that I think is the easiest to explain to people, or like the scenario I think of that's real easy to explain, is like most people can conceptualize that they will not be the same person after a close family member or a parent dies.
Right.
And the person you're with will have to love you through whoever you are at the beginning of that process, at the end of that process, because most people are going to change if they lose a brother, a parent, somebody really close to them. And in the same way, you have to be that for that other person. And it's a bigger example. Like grief is something that everybody can conceptualize, especially a parent.
Right.
And so it's like, it's the way that I think is the easiest to explain to people that changing for somebody is just a part of a relationship. Maybe you get fired from your dream job or whatever it is. These things are going to happen in life that are going to change the other person, and you are going to have to change with them. Ooh, I just thought of a really good analogy that somebody said, and it's being in love and choosing to love one person for the rest of your life. You are two parallel lines going in the same direction. And then at some point in life, one of you is going to start bending in the other direction. And what you have to do is you have to bend with them, because otherwise you're going to grow apart.
I like that.
I'll be taking that as well. I'll be using that one at work.
It was in the back of my brain. It was in the back of my brain for years. I've heard that years ago, but it's always stuck with me because it does make sense. Because there are so many things that can happen in life for you or who you're with that they're gonna start to veer off this way, and you could keep going on the same direction you're going, but then you're gonna start.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good.
It did. I got a perfect example.
Okay.
This podcast.
Okay.
Sundays was me sitting on with my wife every Sunday. I started doing the podcast. She saw that it was something that I enjoyed doing, so she bent
along with you. That's what's up. Thank you, sis.
Support the show and like understand it. Okay, Sundays, he's not gonna do a whole lot of stuff because he made commitments. He's doing his show. Okay, she'll be like, "Hey, it's 6:35. Ain't it time for you to go do your podcast?" And I'm like,
that's full support in what you desire. Yeah. She's one of our biggest supporters. You know, the wives on the show are great.
Because she could have easily been like, you gotta be doing that. Y'all motherfuckers ain't making no money. Y'all just sit up there talking on the phone.
Yeah. But both of y'all wives fully support the show and what you're doing and all the stuff, and that's what make it easier and make it better. And we all walking away every Sunday smiling. It was like, we did a good job, and that's what's up.
Yeah. So
and that's true.
When
I like
it look like she needs some cuddle time, whenever it is, regardless of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm right over there.
You be over there cuddling.
And the podcast
yes. I'll be cuddling.
Cuddly ass.
He in love.
Don't be a hater.
The podcast wouldn't even exist if James had not been like, you should start a podcast, like in 2020. And I was like, you can start a podcast? Yeah, you can start a podcast. And then that planted a seed, and then that just grew, and he continued to support that, right?
Right.
And stuff. So, like, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. You know?
Yeah. Because I know Melissa OD supports this.
Right.
To the max. She's our top fan on Facebook.
Yeah, she's our top fan.
Right.
You know?
And that's our one subscriber, baby.
They keep me accountable because she'd be like, where the Spotify stuff? Because
right. Yep. Yeah, because she always listen on Spotify.
You know?
Well, but and that is factual.
It is factual. All right, Fred. Thanks for that example.
All right, next coming up with that fly ass thought that I saw the light bulb go off when it popped in his head.
Yeah. No, because I watched the video of it years ago, and it stuck with me, and it's just I haven't had a reason to pull it out anytime recently, and it just dawned on me.
The light bulb just not on like boom. Guess what?
That man, keep his stuff in the utility belt.
Pull it out. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about how we love, and love languages. So I'm playing a little video. Y'all tell me what you feel like your love language is, and then we'll talk about love languages outside of those 5, because you also get stuck in those 5.
Right.
The 5 love languages. A lot of people don't know about the 5 love languages, and I mean, for me, I know what my love languages are, but my love languages may not be the same as my partner.
Absolutely.
You know? You know, you got acts of service, you got words of affirmation, gifts, quality time, and physical touch. And if you don't know what your partner's love languages are, you could be doing things, buying her gifts, all these things, and she's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I need quality time. She might need, you know. So it's really important to have these conversations and just really get to know who you are, because you're 2 completely different individuals. You're unique people. And you know, you got to understand, like, the manual is very thick in a relationship. It's like, I mean, it's work. It's a work. It's like, you know, it's a lot of work, and we just got to be patient. That's one thing I've really learned over the years. We've been together 7 years. I'm married for 2. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And I tell you, man, when you find your person, it really it makes you want to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what love is. It makes you just want to be a better person.
Right.
You know. So my original love language is acts of service. What would you say yours is? You got acts of service, quality time, physical touch, gifts, and words of affirmation.
Mine is acts of service and it's quality time, though.
Okay.
Because those 2 things are big. Because I'll do. Because even today, Melissa was like, it's 7:15, isn't it time for your podcast? Like, I got to clean up this kitchen. I get it. It's like, nah, you go relax. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I like racing the clock anyway. I was like, watch, I'm gonna get this shit done, before this song go off. You know what I mean? So, but acts of service and quality time. That'll be mine.
What y'all say?
Go ahead, Ash.
I have to see because I've taken it at several different times and I've realized they've changed. It's changed over time. Because the funny enough, the first time I took it, my mom brought it out during Christmas and she had all of us take it. And I think words of affirmation was my number one, but then the other four were tied for second.
Interesting.
But I think it's bounced between words of affirmation and physical touch.
Okay. But
dig it.
What about you, Fred?
Same as Asher. Word service definitely first because
I was about to say I think you acts of service. I definitely think you acts of service.
Yeah, I don't think my wife has washed the dish around here in over a year. And physical touch because I'm a hugger, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So over, like as I said, they change over time, and since that thing is popular, and I found out a lot of crazy stuff about the author because I literally have never read the book.
I heard it. I've heard some stuff too.
Yeah.
But I
There's
ain't
a book.
nothing about the author though.
I pulled the stuff out of the book because the book was written from a patriarchal standpoint, right? Rather than a equal, like a real love standpoint, right?
Right.
And so they say how it's written sounds more like because he said like most women would be acts of service and most men would be physical touch, and that leading to the that would be under the guise that men like sex. So well, of course I'll say that my love language is physical touch so she can touch me, kind of thing, right? Rather than focusing on the true affection of touch, rather than or that women act of service because they should be serving their men, kind of thing, and all that. So without reading the book in its context, I pulled those out and did my own stuff, right? And which a lot of people have, right? And use it in a better context and all that. And I realized a lot of in the beginning of life, I would say your love language is often attached to your trauma, and what you didn't get as a kid is what your love language becomes as an adult, right? So, well, for example, me, being the oldest girl, right, and taking care of the house and kids and mama sometimes, right, and all that. Well, service was what I learned. I do all the things, right? I brought that into adulthood, and so now I see that as love, and so that's how I want to receive love. Do some shit for me. Buy me a gift. I don't give a damn. Do something.
Right.
And in essence, I feel like that's kind of what destroyed my marriage too, because he was a gift giver because TV told him he should be a gift giver, right? He's like holidays. But I remember when we first got to San Antonio, that first year, and all that. And Valentine's Day come, and he was in secret getting all the kids together, get all these things. And I walked in the bedroom, and the bed was a fantasy out of this world for TV.
Damn.
Right. Great. If it was social media shit, and I was trying to be like, look what my man did for me. It would have been great for that because they were stuffed animals. There was a tennis bracelet around a little doggy's neck like a necklace, and there was balloons, and it was everything. And I was sad about it because I was like, I wasn't impressed, and I couldn't pretend I was impressed. I tried. I was like, hey, this is great, awesome,
right.
But in my head, I didn't ask you for none of that, and none of that is connected to who I am. This is some generic form of Valentine's Day, right? And all that. So for me, love looked like get the oil change, so I ain't got to do that.
Right.
So they got gas in the car, open the sister door. I like a gentleman that's cool, ain't it?
Right.
So I'm for those simple acts of service. Or if I'm cooking 7 days a week, well, 6 days, because Friday was leftover day. You get in how you fit in. Heat and reheat. But if I'm cooking every day without any problems, because I love cooking for my family, but you don't volunteer one day when you see I'm tired, and you're just not doing anything, then do you love me? Because you see I'm crying over here like
right.
just one day I'm tired, and stuff. So that was my thing. But we also tend to, whatever our love language is, we will project that. And so I will love other people in that way. He needed more words of affirmation, right? He needed some quality time. I didn't know how to love him like that, you know?
Right.
So not understanding each other's love language and be able to correct it, or, you know, or try to do stuff different and all that. Because do I like gifts? Yes. But if they're specific to me, don't bring me red roses because I like yellow. You know what I'm saying? You know, and send me flowers on a Tuesday, not on Valentine's Day. Because you're doing it because everybody else doing it. I want you to do it because you thought about me. You know, so it has to be specific to me. I like lemon heads. Bring me a box of lemon heads. It's more important than everything on that bed.
Right.
You know, because this is what I like, you know, and stuff like that. So, but I also learned over time that as I healed from a lot of trauma and let go of a lot of things and stop people pleasing, because that was part of my acts of service, right? And all that, I realized that other things became my love language. For example, I realized that, what I said, reciprocity. I figured this out a few weeks ago in therapy. Reciprocity is one of my love languages. If I give, and I don't give to get, but if I don't get and you're not filling my cup like I'm filling yours, and we don't have a symbiotic relationship,
right,
I don't feel loved. I don't feel loved. And that's in every aspect of my life. Because my therapist was like, you get upset when your clients aren't progressing. If they're not showing growth and they're not doing anything,
right.
I'm like, well, what the fuck I'm doing? You know, you talking about the stuff. I give you the steps and the tools, and you're not doing nothing. It's the same way it was 6 months ago. Nothing. And so I feel shorted. Then I realize appreciation is a love language for me, because part of my wanting to cook and enjoying cooking is when somebody tastes the food and go, "Ooh."
Right.
That is love, right? And then authenticity. If you cannot be your real self, then that's not love for me. Stop pretending to be somebody. I accept people for all of who they are. So if you can't be authentic with me and around me and all that kind of stuff, then I don't feel love.
Facts on facts.
So is there any other love languages you've learned about yourself over time that matter outside of those 5?
Yes, God damn it. Yeah, well, and I don't know what the technical word for it, so I'm not just gonna make up a word for it. But it's the example. Like if I'm outside cutting the grass, bring me some a bottle of water.
Bottle of water, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Consideration, maybe.
Like, right.
Consideration of being seen, kind of maybe.
Yeah. And even in my acts of service, not asking for a second line, but recognize all that I have done. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think and that too, because I know, you know, I be in my little feelings, because I know one time I was cutting the grass and my neighbor across the street, and I ain't even see him because I had the headphones on and shit. And I look up and I, you know, motherfucker scared shit out of me. I look up, dude standing there, this ice cold ass bottle of water. And I think that's when he hit me. And I'm like, damn, my old lady right there in the house. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, thanks, bro. Good looking out. He was like, yeah, it's hot out here, Brian. I was like, yeah, man, you right too, man. I'd have died out here if you wouldn't have saved me. Appreciate it, goddamn.
No,
turned that lawnmower off, drank shit out that water with an attitude, though. You know? Attitude water. But yeah, those,
make a difference.
Yep. Yeah. And for me, it is. It's the little things. And I think as far as gift giving, right? Something I really like. You know what I mean? Like, you know, give me a subwoofer. You know, give me some shit. Like, don't just give me a thing. Because I remember, like, and this is like the perfect example. And this was like years ago. Monique asked me once. She was like, "What you want for your birthday?" And I said, 5 leaves from any tree or bush. And every time she asked me, I kept saying that. So, and of course, she was like, "He kidding." She bought me an amplifier. So the amp was perfect. You know, any kind of audio equipment that's the perfect gift for me. Right. But I remember the year she got me those 5 leaves, just 5 leaves. She put them in a box, wrapped it up. Man, I was damn near in tears, and it was a big deal because I'm like, this is the shit that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have certain things that you'll receive from somebody in love, and like somebody buy you a car and then somebody steal a motherfucker, take a shit on your fucking dashboard, set the car on fire. That's an example because that really happened to somebody. I know. Like, why does shit on the dashboard? What? But white people. But you know, when you lose that car, I mean, you could replace that. But if somebody give you something that's more personal, you know what I'm saying? That's more personal, because it's just like from Ain't to Gloria, I got Heather. That was all I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Papa, I got 2 Kango hats. Mimi, I got a reading glasses. And those things are important to me because it's more personal, you know what I'm saying, than a material gift. You know what I mean? Because fuck with that amp, somebody broke in my car sitting right now, goddamn driveway. That's why I don't like living in apartments or townhouses. And stole the fucking amp. You see what I'm saying? But I replaced the amp. And it was no different than the other amp. But them 5 leads, they carried a lot of weight. You know what I mean? A lot more weight than that amp, you know?
Believe that. What about y'all?
I say appreciation. That's a big one for me because I've realized lately that I like to host and I like to like cook for people and stuff like that. So like having people like come over, have a good time, that type of stuff. And also like whenever I'm working on something and I show it to somebody and they just as hype about it as I am. Like when I've been working on a project and there's like they gassing it up too. That's a big one for me. I'd say those 2 are probably the most. I will, because on that same note, just having that listening part of it, to like knowing somebody's listening to you. Because one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten is my favorite animal is a red panda. And one of my close friends, she didn't tell me she was doing this. She went to the zoo and took some photos of the red panda exhibit and then gave me those pictures for my birthday. That's one of my favorite gifts that I ever got. And that same thing, because like I didn't know she was listening that hard to like catch that. Oh, this is my favorite animal, and so went out of her way to go do that.
That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, Big Fred, what about you?
The appreciation thing is one. I'm not a person that starves for praise, but every now and then it is
good when you get it.
When I get it. And I want to say it's kind of a toss up between not so much as gift, because I don't really anything I want I can buy.
Right.
But if you give me something that maybe I was talking about, like my boys bought me the TV that's in the theater room I got in here. I was just talking about it. I was talking about it because I was gonna go get it, because I never expect people to buy what I want. Own shit. They bought it. So it was like, oh, that's cool. But really the other big one besides the appreciation thing is the like maybe few times a month when I want some alone time, you give me my alone time.
Yeah, I feel that.
Don't steal my alone time because you want some company.
Right. I feel that.
Because I give you your company because the thing is service. So I'm gonna make sure I'm feeding you what you need. Sometimes, maybe if it's just for an hour or 2, I just want an hour or 2 for myself. Sit around, listen to, make a playlist on YouTube Music or something, watch some TV, just do whatever the hell I want to do for like maybe an hour.
Respecting Fred time.
Yeah, respect my Fred time.
I feel that.
It's gotten to the point now where people notice that. They really starting to notice, especially my wife. She notices when
you need that.
When I need that alone time. Because I think before she used to think, well, if he leave, I ain't gonna see him till in the morning.
Right.
No.
I'm just going to take a couple of hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill, and then I come back refreshed and I'm
Everything's
ready to do, everything else. So those two are like the big ones. But the
But I bring up
other
another
love
question
language.
for y'all as men, because I remember trying to read this book that indicated that men see love through or either through this or as respect. Like does love equal respect when it comes to a man?
Not for this man.
Okay.
I don't see I don't look at love like a respect thing. I expect respect from peers, but it's a training thing. Like you got to train your conscious to not, what I'm saying, like to not think that way, because like with I use Fred example, like when he was talking about his alone time is like you said, she would think like if he gonna leave, I ain't gonna know till in the morning. Like you got to train your mind not to go that route. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because
plus it also has bad anxiety, so
right.
will make up
No,
her brain.
But I'm not even talking about from an anxiety standpoint. Just from your personal way you process shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know for me, and I'm admittedly a worst case scenario thinker. You know what I'm saying? And I really had to teach myself to stop thinking that way. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
that's anxiety.
Is that anxiety? See, that's what I'm saying, man. You got the doctorate. You understand? You know what I'm saying?
Doctorate.
I'm just a regular dude. You know, I'm speaking for the regular dudes. But right, okay. So you know what, and that do make sense, and it is an anxiety because you can't, like somebody can't say, yeah, I'm gonna fight you at 3:00. No, in my head, you're gonna try to kill me at 3:00.
That's right. That's right.
That's how I'm showing up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be all
and then you're really gonna show up at 2, and you're gonna try and catch me off my game.
Exactly. I'm gonna be sniping your ass. But yeah, right. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like you do kind of have to train your mind. You know what I mean? Not to go in those directions. You know what I mean?
Right,
and I get it. It's difficult, but equating love as respect. Now, because to me that seemed like a power thing.
That's
it feels like that.
Power thing, right? Yeah, because why wouldn't I think you don't respect me? You know?
Right.
That's some power shit. Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey wrote that shit.
What does feel like a Steve Harvey line?
That do sound like a Steve Harvey.
Yeah. I remember my ex-husband was trying to get me to read that book too. And I like, this don't make no sense. I'm not reading that. So but who I found on TikTok, she is Eli. Her video was too long, so I did not post it. But she's mentioned that the deepest form of love from a man is consideration. And some of the examples she used is that, for the most part, she used the example that he carries you with him when you are not around.
Well, I don't know if it's the deepest, but I can agree with that because I definitely carry. I carry my wife with me all the time. She kind of on, like, people be looking at my phone like, that's your phone or your wife's phone? Like, nah, it's my phone. It's like, well, why your wife picture on it? Like, I like looking at this picture.
Look at her.
I'll be looking at her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I can see that. Now I don't know if the deepest, and it might be the deepest to that individual. You know what I mean? But I mean, I do it, because I love her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Right. That's the reason, you know.
Okay. And I guess to me it would be like because she didn't say deepest form, so like more of a that's one way to know kind of thing, like a sign or a signal or whatever, I guess. You know?
I can see that
because again, because many people don't know what love looks like, and so we need real life examples of okay, And not bullshit examples, of course, right? Because people be like,
right.
man don't love you if he ain't married you after 2.3 seconds. You
Right,
know?
yeah.
You're like, but I've been knowing this nigga for 5 minutes. Like,
Right, yeah.
you know, so like you gotta be careful what you're listening to and all that. And I would tell everybody too, and I'm not saying that any relationship guru don't know what they talk about per se, but be careful of your messenger, right? And all that. I didn't talk about marriage stuff until I had been married. I couldn't talk about divorce stuff until I had been divorced. So the things that I've experienced helped me to understand those things and all that. So it would be difficult for me personally to see a marriage counselor who had not been married before, had not experienced.
Our psychologist with no children.
I told y'all, like I did all the stuff in the books and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't compare to real life, right? And all that. So
not at all.
Especially now, because there's every new day there's a new relationship guru popping up,
right?
Or some new life coach that just managed to get the LLC before somebody else did. And so you have to be careful about anybody whose monetary gain is based off you staying miserable.
Right.
That part.
Because they just gonna sell you something that's gonna keep you in the same situation, pitching it as, oh, this is what you need, and this is the thing that's gonna fix all your problems, because nobody ever has that solution, and they're just trying to get a bag at the end of the day.
Like the pharmaceutical company. I can't make no money if I cure your ass.
Exactly. I'm gonna cure your symptoms, but you can keep the disease. You'll be back.
Yeah, I can stabilize you for 35 years.
Thank you.
Right, but I mean, it's a dope man move though, because dope
man, ain't that a dope man
give
move?
you them testers for free, get your hook, you keep coming back.
That's it. So outside of romantic love, what does love look like between parent and child?
It depends. I think it depends on the parent and the child. I think that's kind of individualized, because the way Melissa loves the children is not the way I show love to our kids. You know what I mean? Like,
but do they know that your way represents love for you and that her way represents love from her?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. No doubts on that front. But our way. But yeah, they know it. So if that's the goal, then it's achieved. But it's I don't. So to describe it, I guess I would have to describe on the individual, because I feel like that would come with the personality and persona of the person. You know what I mean? Right.
Makes
sense.
You
know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Okay. What about let's take it to your closest inanimate object, like Craig. You know, and all that. I realized part of my actual love for Craig, because it hurt when I had to let him go, was the time we spent together and what we went through together, right? And because I recognized that one of my love languages is reciprocity, I took care of Craig and Craig took care of me, right? And part of my broken heart was I couldn't continue to pour into him anymore, because it was beyond.
Let him go.
I had to let him go, right? And all that. So the reciprocity ended at that point,
right?
And all that. And so I will also add to that you also have to love enough to let go when the season is done.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everything that you love is for a season. We hope that we always hope that the people that we have are that the season is a forever season. A season nonetheless, because they wasn't there at the very beginning. They started a certain season in your life, right? And all that. We hope that that's forever. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a lesson. Sometimes it is your forever. That has lessons still in it and it's helping you grow, but y'all actually going together and all that. You know, is there any object or thing that you felt that you love to that extent, or one that you had to let go of, etc.?
I'd say I have. Mine is the last gift my grandpa gave me before he passed away. We went on a road trip to Indianapolis, and we stopped by the Corvette Museum, and he got me a little model Stingray. It's on my bookshelf right over here. But I say that's the one thing that I would actually fight somebody over.
Yeah.
Right.
I dig that.
Well, for me, I learned. I had a Darth Vader, the little Star Wars toy thing, and it wasn't. I lost it because I carried it around everywhere. And it's funny because I wish I still had that stuff because that's when Star Wars first came out.
For real,
I wish somebody would have said, "Keep this one. Don't open it. Hold on to it." You know what I'm saying? It could have been retired by now. But I lost it, and I remember I was crushed. But I think because I was younger, so it wasn't like a processed thought. But I never forgot how bad I felt. Right. So I think as I grew up, I never attached that kind of connection to no thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. To no thing. So I really kind of never even had that issue again. Cause for real, it's like I got this Rain One. It's the most awesome device a DJ could own. But if it was to, I don't know, somebody break in and they only steal this, I'd be like, damn. Well, back to Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So I think because that was such a heartbreak because it was my favorite character. Like I always liked the bad guys in stories because their shit is cooler. So
yeah.
So
he get the red one. Why he get the red one?
But then again, I would never attach stuff like even with people. It's like I hold people in my heart, and it's which I don't know. I probably need some therapy for that because what it is when people pass, like when our family members pass, I don't retain the passing to the point where sometimes I'll forget that they passed. I remember one time I got a car. I think it was a 96 Honda Accord in 96, super excited and shit, right? Yeah. So I was driving the car. I said, man, I'm about to go show Papa my car. Was driving I was on Franklin Highway, going straight to the house. And then I remembered, I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of don't even really retain those parts. And I definitely long time ago stopped attaching value to material things because those things, especially nowadays, are built to break because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So and I'll name I name my like every car I ever had was Octavia. Every car. But I did everyone because I decided that Octavia was the spirit that moves from vehicle to vehicle. I didn't attach it to the vehicle. I didn't attach it. It's like, look, how you like your new body, Octavia? It's a bad mama jamma right here.
Come on, Brian. Come on. Now that's what's up.
Octavia got a new dress. That's what it was.
Exactly.
That's what's up. I like that. What about you, Fred?
I'm kind of like with Brian. I never really attached to like physical things, but now y'all got me thinking.
Huh?
It's the first Star Trek movies. My mama gave it to me years ago. They're in the safe. I will not open those. Somebody actually told me like you could probably make some money off of them.
But ain't nobody gonna sell them though.
But I'm not, and it's not like I don't need the money.
Right.
You know,
the value of it is more than what you're gonna get for money on it.
She got me into Star Wars, Star Trek. We used to sit on the phone and talk about the when they did the new Star Wars movie, the new Star Trek movie.
And this is when he knew she was the one.
We like even to this day, we'll spend hours talking about this stuff. I spent an hour and a half trying to convince my mother that we don't live in the Matrix.
Oh yeah, I hated it after she saw the Matrix. That shit was like, what if we are in the Matrix? We ain't in no goddamn Matrix.
We're not in the Matrix. And then it was sad because some parts she was kind of making sense. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't argue that. Let me go talk about something. Huh?
Have you watched it? Rewatched it lately?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see anything different now than you did then?
Yeah, I see the oppression.
Yeah,
that's what the Matrix is. It's the oppression.
See the oppression.
Oppression.
That's all the Matrix is the oppression. So she was right. We all living in the Matrix.
Yeah,
it's not the way they presented on the movie. You know.
But yeah, no, she think we hooked up to the machine.
Right.
Like, we all sleep.
Well, you know,
sleeping in slime. You know, listen,
and they are boomers. Like it's all representative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's like when Christians want to take the Bible and read it literally, and then live the literal thing instead of using the lesson in the thing.
But yeah, I won't do nothing with those DVDs. They still sitting in. They don't leave the safe.
I don't blame
somebody. One of my boys took them out the safe and just left it sitting there, and I'm like, why the hell you took this out the safe? I was like kind of mad. Like, why you took this out? Oh, they're just DVDs.
No, they're not just DVDs. What do you mean?
But nigga, that's not just DVDs. So if I have attached some kind of love to an inanimate object, it's those DVDs. So,
gotcha. Is romantic love the most important love?
No, because you ain't gonna do that shit every day. You can be tired and shit, man. Sometimes I come home, I'm like, man, I'm about to fix me a drink, and I'm about to look at this crap ass fucking movie. Oh, I watch Batman because that's my shit, and that's it. You know, my old lady come home, slap on the ass, like, hey baby, and that's about as romantic as we go.
Not on that. Because when I say romantic love, that's just whatever you have with your partner, right?
Right.
And because we tend to prioritize that, because everybody looking for all the romantic love, and when they don't have that, then they forget about this friendship love I have over here, or the love I have for my children, or the love I have for my brothers, or you know, because you're teaching so hard for romantic love that you forget that you are surrounded by love already.
Exactly.
That shit don't happen every day. America, that TV shit do not happen every day. You're not gonna run home, jump on your husband and your wife every single solitary. Someday she gonna be like, "Why in the fuck are you touching me? Get the hell away from me! I don't even want to look at you right now." She gonna sleep towards this wall. You gonna sleep towards that wall. Y'all gonna be this far apart. Y'all ain't gonna touch for 3 or 4. It just happens.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as romantic love. It just happens.
Well, there is a such thing as romantic love, but not in the sense that they've been taught.
Right. Yeah. And I think too many people live kind of rehashing a lot of what we already talked about. Look for the finished product. Look for that television, that fantasy imagery of relationships and of what love looks like and what love is supposed to feel like. Love is 100% regular ass life, and the fact that me and this woman gonna bust our ass through this regular ass life shit together. You know what I'm saying? Together, like you want to see like real bonds. Watch fucking Walking Dead. Watch people that's struggling together, to reach a goal they asses ain't never gonna fucking reach. The zombies win, period. Because every fucking body dies. You know what I'm saying? But and even knowing that, we gonna stick together anyway. You know what I mean? We gonna keep on fucking grinding. I just want to know how these people take care of their teeth, because I don't know. Shit ain't shit out there and shit. I mean, what if they got acid reflux? I think about all that when I watch The Walking Dead. I'm like, man, I think I'd have just snatched up all the fucking Zantac for shit, man. But
the analytical mind is something else.
Right. But
imagine getting a toothache 2 years into that.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
It'd be like your boy on with Wilson and the ball. Remember?
I just watched that yesterday. I just watched that yesterday.
All that shit reinforces to me is the reason why I don't get on fucking airplanes. Anyway, though.
Another reason.
That's the real title of this episode.
Exactly,
right? Brian won't
get on airplane.
But really, like that's what love is. Actual love is not some perfect looking shit you saw on TV. Actual love is going through real life, having hard times. The real test of love is having a hard time and then coming up out of that shit. And you know what I'm saying? And getting right back to that love. That's real love. Love is, you know what I'm saying, is tested by fire. It's not tested by flowers. You know what I'm saying? So,
come on.
Yeah,
and that matters in
that shit.
That's your own quote. Yeah.
I'm gonna use that, bro. I'm gonna use that.
Give me my damn props, though.
If actually is yours, but it's a free for all up in here. You know, that also matters in any kind of love. Like I said, because whether it's your romantic partner or your children or your friends, and most importantly, yourself.
Right.
You yourself be going through hard times. You gotta love yourself through hard times.
Exactly.
So that's a great definition.
Yep.
I'm gonna put that on a post and quote that for you. I'm gonna put your name on.
Go on, put my picture on that shit.
send me some more pictures so we can stop using the same ones, okay?
All right. Yeah.
I'm
gonna do that.
But I haven't been Chanel been pretty cool our entire lives, but there was a little stretch in there where I was like, I can't.
We had two big fights that we stopped talking for a minute.
Damn.
But
they're like, you talking Chanel? Fuck Chanel.
Fred.
Like,
but one was that girl, and one other one had something to do with money, but it was something stupid. I don't know. I probably was struggling, or he was struggling, or something. I don't know what happened. But
that was
if it's money within it was stupid.
That was some nigga shit.
Yeah, that was nigga shit. Yeah.
You gonna cuss out your friend at one point in the friendship?
Absolutely. And if you don't, y'all ain't really friends.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's true friendship, because guess what?
Yeah.
If you're doing some nefarious, stupid shit, and y'all don't tell you nothing, I'm not your friend.
Exactly.
You know, man, I tell you, every time I used to watch American Idol, when people got up there and they started sounding crazy, I was like, you don't have no friends.
Nope.
I would never let you get up there and make a fool of yourself.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to audition for American Idol. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Have you heard you? Shit. Let me play this tape back.
You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a reality check. You know what I'm saying?
So like, you gonna sing Whitney Houston? No,
I'm not that girlfriend that's gonna be, girl, how this look, girl? That's not good on your figure. You should. Who told you? You should have talked to me before you bought that. I would have told you. You know, because you're not going out like that. Let's go find something. I'm gonna help you though. I'm not gonna leave you stuck out there. I'm gonna give you a hug and be like, I still love you, girl, but I'm not gonna let you go out there looking like that. You know,
that's what real love is. When my son, my oldest boy, first started rapping and said, "How I sound?" I said, "You sound like shit."
Like, I mean, you ain't had to say that, but yeah.
Wait, you have to stab him in the heart like that.
I had to say it because too many people lied to him and told him somebody told him, a bunch of people told him he sounded like 50 Cent. I said, you sound like 5 Cent. You do not sound like 50 Cent.
Damn.
Hey, if I'm gonna crash your hopes and dreams, goddamn it, I'm gonna crash your hopes.
I'm telling you how. Look, I'm gonna crush you on the demo. I ain't gonna let you record the album.
People out there like, I thought Fred was so nice. He seemed so nice.
But
I did. First, want the kids to play Hunger Games. Now he telling them they sound like shit.
But I did tell him if he wanted to get better, here's the number to your uncle. Call him.
Yeah,
he can help you get better.
Right. It's about projection and passion. You know what I'm saying?
And he called him. I don't know if he called him then, but they talked a lot. And now I can't wait for the nigga to get a record deal.
Yeah.
Okay. He already told me I'm his manager. I'm like, okay, I'm glad that you let me know. I need my 10% as soon as you get paid.
Y'all got to get Fred his 10%.
Off the top.
He's not gonna work for you without that. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I wanted to hire him for elections. He was like, and how much I'm gonna get paid? I'm like, we're gonna work that out. Like, come on, Fred.
You know, don't make me be like an old school record label and get like 80% of your shit.
You gonna get 1% of record sales. You better sell them records, nigga.
So you only get the merch sales.
Yep.
That's it. Merch and concert.
Yep.
You better be on. You gonna be on the road for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Well, good. I think this was a really good love conversation. Of course, remember, people, part 1, because there's always lots to talk about.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Before we go though, Brian, would you like to say anything about Southern Comfort Entertainment and tell people about your business?
Southern Comfort Entertainment has been around for over 30 years under a different name. It was Entertainment Specialties. And I am your local DJ. Yes, I do travel for a fee, which can be discussed at the time. I specialize.
You're gonna be on a train.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely gonna be. I'm
definitely on a Saturday.
Travel expenses. Right.
Plan accordingly.
Exactly. Let me know ahead of time. But yeah, I specialize in soul music, backyard boogies. It's a black thing. And I also can cater to other genres, which we can discuss. Right now you can reach me on Facebook, Brian Turner Sr. on Facebook. I haven't set up an Instagram yet, and things like that. But so reach out to me on Facebook and maybe we can get something going for your next wedding, backyard boogie. I do divorce parties. The divorce parties are a trip. They called me back because I did their wedding reception. They split up. You got to do my divorce party. Damn, that shit ain't last long at all. They didn't know about love though, Well, so yeah, reach out to me on Facebook, Brian Turner Sr. And we can get something going.
And you get lost in that, you know where I'm at. We got Choosing Empowerment everywhere. So like,
oh yeah,
that's my brother. Like, so if you need him and you don't remember that, just holler at us.
Exactly.
And speaking of weddings, don't forget about the Brown Sugar Experience.
Brown Sugar.
Fine wedding planning or event planning. You call Brian for something. Brown Sugar Experience could be event planning for that. You know what I'm saying? It could be, maybe they work out a deal with you if you're using both of them. We never know.
That is true. That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and she is not just local, all over the United States, okay? And she will get on a plane.
Oh, I'll meet up with her there.
But they will both be there at the place where they
right. I'll just leave it there early.
Right. And on either end, if you need premarital counseling, I got you. And if you need some counseling after your divorce, I got you. So all these services work together. We just think, okay.
Me and Ash are just here.
Just supporting black business.
That's it. Support black business.
Talking about their talents when they put them out there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts on facts.
And stuff. Asher, what you got going on? I know you're doing the streaming thing and all the things, and let the people know.
Yeah. So I stream on Twitch at Fresh Prince of Wakanda TV. I play a variety of games. So I'm also going to be adding another YouTube channel to that, where it's going to be kind of like this, where I just sit down in front of a camera and talk about stuff I'm interested in, movies, books, whatever that pops in my head, comment on Twitter that made me mad, whatever it is.
I can't wait to be on your show.
Yeah, for real. Where's my invite?
y'all got first dibs for sure.
Dig it.
Bet. That's what we're talking about. That's what we talk about. So any other last moment announcements or anything like that? I'm gonna be out of town next week because I'm finally taking a little vacation a little bit.
Oh, well, you better do it.
Because I don't want to burn out. You know what I'm saying? And we got to
don't do that.
Right? Got to put it on the road, test it out, and all that.
This is true.
Y'all want to do a show next week, or y'all want to rest next week?
I don't know.
I'll also be out of town next week.
Okay.
We're gonna discuss it and we'll make a little commercial.
All right. So we'll let y'all know throughout the week whether we're gonna be or not. Maybe it'll be a rerun. Maybe y'all need to watch this one again. I don't know.
Y'all might need to watch this one again. Y'all love
we got to watch this one.
I think so. Handle y'all
how to love
and all that. So remember, in the meantime, though, that we are conscious, we are aware, we stay prepared, and we ain't never scared.
Never
scared.
Never. Choose
to have a good week and don't let nobody bullshit you. All right?
Don't fall for the bullshit. Love one another.
Y'all have a good one. See y'all next week. Maybe. We'll see.